Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 22 of the Beer Advent Calendar series here in 2023. As always, I'm Josh.
And I'm Ross.
And we have got Tyler from Nosy Neighbor Brewing out of Kenosha joining us to roll his way through the Three Cellars Advent Calendar, and Mr. Lau joining us from Eau Claire with VolumeOne. We've got 3 beers left. Show us what is in your day 22 bag, Mr. Andy Lau.
Day 22. Lucette out of Menominee, their slow hand stout. Comes in at 5.2% alcohol by volume, aromas and flavors of roasted malt coffee and rich dark chocolate. It's got a creamy mouthfeel and medium sweetness to balance out its dry finish.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Yeah. Lucette is,
nice
yeah, it's out of Menominee. It's a cool little place. They make some pretty good pizza.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun little place to hang out. They make a number of beers that are kind of fun. I think they sell them in stores around here. I don't know if I've had this one. I probably have. So
what's it called again?
It's Lucette
Slow Hand
Brewing
Stout?
Company. And this is their slow hand robust American stout.
I feel like I had that when I was up there, but I can't remember now. I know I
think we
sure
did.
I got a regular stout, so.
I know we tried a bunch of different stuff. They got some IPAs that are pretty tasty. But their pizza is also delicious. They got a cool like wood fire oven, like right in the brewery.
Yeah.
Right in
It's
the
a nice
room.
place.
Nice.
Let me ask you this: do you prefer a slow hand or a fast hand? Take that however you want. Take that however you want. I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that. Let me think on that, and I'll get back to you at the end of the episode.
Yeah, you think about it. Let us know.
All right. So it's going to be a stout. So let's see what we got here. Dark caramely color, caramely almost looking-ish head too. That kind of came up there nicely and looks pretty good. There's like it is. Yeah, you can't see through that sucker at all. It's really dark. Head's got a lot of bubbles in it, but kind of going away a little bit. Yeah, that head's going away fast. But yeah, on the nose, it is. I really get some kind of that roastiness coming through of the malts. And I think, Ross, we did have this because I think there's a little smoky note to this just on its own. I feel like I remember that now, and that's kind of coming back to me as I get a nose on the stout here. You can definitely get the roasted malts kind of coming through, and almost goes into a little bit of a smoky aroma. I'm not getting any coffee or chocolate on the nose though. A little bit of like obviously the stout sweetness comes through too with that kind of smoky on the back end, but it's not reading like chocolate or coffee to me. So, well, let's see how it tastes.
Cheers.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers, buddy.
That's good. It's got definitely, yeah, like a little bit of creaminess to it, like a can says. It definitely starts out sweet and dries out. Oh, there's the coffee. Oh, that was weird. That just came in all of a sudden. I was like, holy crap, there's roasted coffee beans right there. That was fun. Okay, I gotta take another sip.
That was pretty delayed.
Yeah, that was really weird. I did not expect that at all. Because I was about to say I didn't get much in the way of chocolate or coffee. And then at the very end, like I got like roasted coffee beans, not even like coffee. It was almost like the smell of coffee beans as opposed to the taste of coffee. Like that smell of like freshly ground coffee beans or something. It's kind of what the flavor I got. It does have a little of the smokiness that I got on the nose. and it does dry itself out. Like it's sweet in the beginning and it dries out. I'm not getting any chocolate in here.
Just super roasty.
But yeah, very, very roasty with like that time I got like a slight smokiness. It kind of changes every time I take a sip, and there was something new kind of pops onto my palate. But it's quite good, and it's very, very smooth and easy to drink. I think it's only 5.2% alcohol, so like it's not like a heavy beer or anything like that, right? It's kind of got a mouthfeel similar to maybe like a Guinness or something like that. If you put it on nitro, I bet it would be almost the same kind of feel as that. But pretty solid base kind of stout. It's got some fun flavors in it. Got some funny kind of different stuff seeming to happen every time I take a sip.
Okay.
All right. So you scoring that Untappd. Where are you going?
I'm trying to think of where I've been going. I was thinking a 4, but I think I'm going to go a 3.75. I mean, it's good. It's a well done beer. I don't think anything is like too crazy about it. I don't think it's like overly different or overly stands out in kind of the stout category, but it's well done, and it is an enjoyable beer to sip on. It's not going to fill you up. It's not going to be something that overpowers other things. It's not got anything.
I mean, it's a good beer to sit around and drink at a place and get a bunch of pizza at too. I mean, you think about it, you don't want
Exactly
your pizza overtaken by the beer that you're drinking. So I wonder if I'm curious how much that plays into the beer they make. They want to make sure that the beer is good enough to add some taste, but not like overpower. You can't enjoy the pizza maybe the way you want. I don't know if they think about that, but no.
I don't know. Yeah, this would be like perfect to have with one of their pizzas if you're ever up in Menominee for any reason.
Super cool. It'd be fun at the end of this to count how many different Wisconsin breweries there were between our two advent calendars, because you're going to have like I think 24, Lau, and there's been very few duplicates between the two of ours. That's quite a few different Wisconsin breweries we're hitting in 24 days.
Only 2 duplicates so far. I think Brewing Project and the Lakefront are the only 2 that we've crossed over.
Mm-hmm. And then Point and their experimental one, if you want to count those as duplicates. I had one of the more experimental brewery ones.
Yeah,
true.
For me, what would be interesting is your 24 beers of all the breweries. How many of them have I never heard of before? And I thought I was in touch with Wisconsin brewing. Clearly, I'm not.
You got to get up here on the. Got to get up here in the northern part of the state.
Southeastern Wisconsin, you are, but. Yeah, up there. Seems like a lot from that direction. Well, cool.
I'm curious if they got any other ones from Menominee coming, because that city had quite the craft brewery scene going on.
We've only got 2 more.
I know.
We've got 3, and we're going to hit that one right now. So, got a brown paper bag. We got a can. It's a tall boy can. I think feels that way. Phase 3. Out of Illinois as well, correct?
Yeah, I think Chicago? Lake Zurich.
Lake Zurich.
Yeah, yep.
So phase 3, this is their double dry hopped F-stop. So another double dry hopped hazy. So it's been Christmas ales and IPAs really for the last week, it seems.
Yeah.
They make some pretty darn good beers at phase 3. I've been pretty happy with a lot of their stuff. So this is called the F-Stop. It is brewed with El Dorado, Citra, and Vic Secret hops. Again, it is dry hopped, so we should have hopefully a nice fresh hop character on the nose. Let's crack this thing open.
Back in the summer, I had the opportunity of getting down to phase 3. I don't know if you guys have ever been there or not, but it was a really nice brewery.
Never heard of it.
Enjoyed it. Sitting out on the patio, and they have a lot of a big variety of beers, from hazies to tons of different stouts. It was a fun visit.
This is super hazy, super thick, at least in appearance. It's kind of got a bit of a darker golden color to it. I mean, it looks like a tasty IPA. Let's get this thing to the nose. Nice pillowy head.
Yep.
Nope.
For a beer.
Half the glass.
So the citra and the citrus is actually really coming through. That orange kind of pineapple taste is really kind of not taste on the nose is coming through. You can get the hop bitterness coming behind it though as well.
Now, the pineapple call out for sure. Definitely citrus pineapple. It's a very fruity nose.
Yeah, I think I agree with you guys. It was like citrus, pineapple, a little bit of like a candy sweetness, maybe a little mango-y vibe to it. I can get some sweetness on the nose, but yeah, a lot of these hops that they're using are giving you the citrus and the pineapple, so I'm not surprised about that.
Smells good. Let's try this thing.
This is going to be one of those IPAs where it tastes. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm going to say this is going to be one of those IPAs where I want it to taste exactly like it smells, and it's not going to.
No, it does.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's tasty. There's definitely a decent like hop bite up front. Like it kicks in pretty good. The bitterness kicks in pretty good up front. But I would say that the palate follows the nose pretty well on this. You get a really nice dose of that bitterness up front, and then it quickly turns into that like orange citrus character mid palate. The pineapple kicks in right behind that, and it finishes like the nose was described. Like it smooths out pretty well too. It cleans up pretty nicely through the back end.
Nice.
Yeah, I think the bitterness comes through pretty good. I'm not getting as much of that citrus pineapple punch on the palate as I am on the nose. I mean, we've had a lot of IPAs throughout this. I think this is good, but to me, this feels like the most tame of the bunch that we've had. I'm not getting as much of one thing or the other, just kind of subtle of everything. I'd rather just have something kind of punch me in the mouth at some point. I'm not really getting that.
I don't know.
For me, I get like sweeter tropical fruit up front, and then I get the citrus and pineapple that finishes out that flavor for me. For me though, the piece that I want to point out is the body seems a little thin, and there's a lot of carbonation. It feels like zippy, like it has like this zippy carbonation to it, which for a hazy, usually you're looking for smooth, you're looking for maybe a little creamy, not overly sweet, but the body needs to be almost a little velvety to kind of keep that hop character juicy. And in my opinion, this is a little thin and has maybe a little higher carbonation than I would have expected, which dries it out and makes it a little bit more bitter than it would be if you tamed it down a little bit. So that's the one thing that stuck out to me is the body and the carbonation level.
I think that's fair. I feel like this is an IPA lover's hazy. Like it's not trying to be anything crazy. It's not trying to be overly fruity. I think it's hitting the notes. I think to your point, it is a little bit more carbonated than I probably would see out of most hazies. But I'm actually not minding that. I'm actually liking it. And maybe it's just because we've had so many IPAs over the last week that I'm actually appreciating that not being this like super viscous, thick, kind of creamy IPA. This has got just a little bit more bite to it, and I'm kind of enjoying that right now.
One of those weird things where I think if this was like the first IPA in the box, I think I would have liked it more. Because I don't drink a lot of IPAs around this time of year. So like if I have an IPA, it's very rare. It's very like kind of one off. So the fact we've had so many in the box, and they've been very good. Like I don't think there's a single IPA I haven't liked. By comparison, I don't like this one as much as the other. So it's not even so much of I think this is a bad beer. To me, it's just not living up to what else we've had so far. And I think to the point though, like it's not really trying to be anything. I want it to be something though. It's not overly bitter to me. It's not. There's some citrus, but not enough. It's like you kind of got caught like purgatory. Like, do we go the citrus route or do we go the hoppy route? They just kind of got stuck in the middle of both. And which just one of those two would outweigh the other a little bit.
This is more bitter than the side bends or sit-ups to me than.
I disagree. It's not piney.
No, but it's more bitter though.
Yeah, it's more bitter, but give me a kind of bitter. Like, give me a piney bitter.
Sure.
Give me something else. So
You're talking taste. I'm talking bitterness.
you're on IBUs. Yeah, I get it.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
It
Interesting.
doesn't matter what it tastes like on this beer review channel.
It doesn't. Okay. Let's get this thing a rating. Ross, let's start with you. Where are you putting this thing on Untappd?
I think it's a good beer. Again, I'm giving it a 3. And I think it suffers because we've had so many really good IPAs throughout the box. I could see most people enjoying this. To me, it's because it's missing the mark for me. So I'm going to go 3.
Okay. Tyler?
I think I'm going to go 3.5. I think it's a solid IPA. I've had the privilege of having several other Phase 3 hazies before, being on the border of Wisconsin and Illinois. So this might be just factoring in. I'm comparing other Phase 3 IPAs to this one. For me, the body is a big factor. In like, I'm missing that smoother body that complements the hops. So it makes it feel just a touch out of balance for me. But overall, I mean, I would enjoy it. Like if someone gave me a can of this, I would drink it and it would be solid. But I'm going to compare it against the other quality IPAs that I've had from Phase 3. And so I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Okay. I clearly like this more than both of you do. I'm going with a 4 on this. I'm really enjoying this. Again, I don't think it's like mind-blowingly good. I think it's pretty standard fare, but well done standard fare. And I'm not minding the body on it or the level of carbonation or the bitterness. I'm liking all 3. Maybe that's just me. But I like it. I'm going to go with a 4 on this one.
All right.
Phase 3. So, day 22 in the books. We got 2 beers left. 2 days until Christmas. 2 days until presents or whatever it is that you celebrate at this time of year. So hopefully you're enjoying drinking some beers along with us. Thanks for watching, and we will see all of you in the very next episode.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.